There's a lot of resistance to new technology. There's sort of a sense of, I don't want to change. I want to hold on to what I've got. And, I just wonder how a company like General Electric views that thinking. I assume you think that, no, you can't hold on to what you got. You must be going forward, which is what has made American industry so important to the progress of the world, really.
I think we can't stand still, so we constantly have to refresh and revitalize our products. Otherwise, competition will beat us in the marketplace. Well, we're in a couple of different types of businesses, right? In the energy business, one of the challenging characteristics is the scale and the lead time is so enormous. It's difficult for private industry to do it solely on their own. So you need government policy. If you look at most of the big electric power generation technologies that exist today, were born of good policy, right? The nuclear industry was born from the Manhattan Project.
Right.
GE was put in the nuclear business by the U.S. government. Just because it's such the scale and the time, private investors have difficulty getting their head around something of that scale and time horizon. Same true in our gas turbine business. Military spending got that going after World War II. We could thank Germany and the European Union for renewable energy. They funded wind and solar for decades before it became viable technologies. And some of the shorter term things where you can see the economic signals, like maybe an upgrade for a gas turbine that already exists in 5-year or less time horizon, we would do it on our own because the customer can see the benefit. We can model it financially. But we have this hybrid situation where we're going to have this. We've got to do a lot of work on policy to do the big game changer stuff: nuclear, solar, wind, the scale technologies, cleaner coal. But on the other stuff, which constantly upgrading, refreshing, and revitalizing our technologies, we can do that on our own because we can make the financial case with our customers and their investors to do it.
Yeah. So it's in the case of renewable electricity standards, you see the government not necessarily as the enemy. A lot of us out here are seeing the government as enemy at this point. You're seeing it as a government policy, as setting in place a series of incentives that actually causes us to get better results.
Enable it, right? If you want, all of these forms of technologies are scale businesses. You never want to build a small wind turbine or a small nuclear power plant. It's a scale business. In order for companies like GE to jump in with both feet, we need to believe the market's going to be there. Okay. And if the U.S. had renewable standards, let's say 20%, that we're going to kick in with a milestone in 2012 of X%, we would invest much more aggressively than we are today, knowing that that certainty was there.
Right.
If it's uncertain, we're going to be more cautious. So, and if we jump in with both feet and do it in a big way, it'll be lower cost for consumers.
Right.
The cost of wind electricity has come down, the reliability, availability has improved. It's now very competitive with other forms of power generation, largely because of the incentives that were put in place in Europe. They used feed-in tariffs versus renewables portfolio standards, but there's other mechanisms. But a lot of the U.S. stimulus has been very short-term, 1 year tax credit, 2-year tax credit.
Right.
We think the portfolio standards is what will really make it happen and bring it home in a big, scalable way.
Yeah. So some people see that, and we're curious to know that that's General Electric saying that, which seems to be in agreement with some green folks saying that. Does that make you uncomfortable? Does that make you feel like, well,
no,
why not get with it, right?
Our view is we believe in diversity. So we're not championing 100% renewable energy, right, because renewables have their own issues, which is they're not dispatchable, right? If the sun doesn't shine or the wind doesn't blow, right, something else has to be there. But X% from a matter of energy security, resource availability, climate change makes sense in renewables. At the same time, we're supporting nuclear build in this country. We're doing a lot of work on cleaner coal. We're continuing to invest in higher efficiency gas turbines. Right. We believe in diversity, but we got to do something.
Yeah.
So why not go after wind in a big way? Let's go after nuclear in a big way. Let's do something.
If there's action on climate change, do you think the General Electric can do okay in that environment?
Absolutely. Because we, being a technology company, we only do things that are more efficient and cleaner. So gas turbines we toured today are more efficient than the ones we made last year. It's the only way our customers will buy them.
Right.
So virtually everything we do in this business is totally in the spirit of a cleaner environment, a greener environment, but also being lower cost and more competitive. But we got to stand up and compete on economics. We have lots of competitors.
Yeah, and of course I suppose that's because of some altruism on the part of GE, but also because if you can make a better product, you can beat the competition and make more money,
That's
which is
right.
what we want you to do.
That's right.
Especially if you do it here in Greenville.
Happy